Tuesday the 12th of July 2011. It's Chris Reardon with today's United Kingdom talk. Correct, there was no show yesterday, didn't have time to do one yesterday, but here we are back again, boys and girls. A very interesting article in yesterday's Daily Express, yes, that one is still being published, which says here millions of Britons but this was in Monday's edition, millions of Britons are putting themselves at risk of heart disease and cancer with obsessive diets. Now, regular viewers to the show will know I've always had a thing about my weight. For the last 20 years, I've had a thing about my weight. Anyway, it says here, doctors, as I say, in yesterday's Daily Express, doctors warned last night that continued calorie counting was a health time bomb. So I'm not sure if this affects me or not. Does it affect you? You know, because I do watch what I eat. And then occasionally, I'll have a bit of apple pie, you know, or a bag of cheese and onion crisps. I haven't cut these things out completely now. I gradually have a little bit here, a little bit there. But the thing is, you know, when I was a child in the 70s, things like cakes, ice cream, crisps, they were a now and again thing. Do you know what I mean? Maybe once or twice a week. Mum used to buy me a bag of crisps and a bottle of Coca-Cola after going to church on Wednesday evening for novena and benediction. Oh, what's that just fallen down? A load of dust just fell down. I wonder what... I think space dust just fell onto me, boys and girls. Or more likely fairy dust. Did you see that? Where did that come from? A load of fairy dust just come down from me. Anyway, yeah, and I used to have a bag of crisps and a bottle of Coke once a week. Now, you do see children every day. They go into the newsagent on the way home, couple of bars of this, bag of this, oh, and a fizzy drink. And it's every day, sometimes more than every day. And maybe that's where the problem lies. Recently on the news this week, they were saying that I think it's 5-year-olds should get 3 hours exercise a day. Now, obviously, that doesn't mean you've got to send your 5-year-old down to the gym for 3 hours a day. But, you know, generally moving around, running around. I remember when I was younger, I was always out on my bike. Or playing games in the sports field. I mean, I wasn't one for football, but certainly at Scouts, once a week, there would be, you know, I suppose a good hour and a half's physical activity. I mean, completely different, of course, from PE at school. We all hated PE at school, didn't we? We absolutely detested PE, anything to do with rugby. I was all right. I quite liked rugby at school. Football, I was never a footballer. But maybe that's what the problem is, the fact that all this stuff is now readily available. How many times do you see a child go into the supermarket or whatever, Tesco Express, Sainsbury's Rapid or whatever it's called, and go and buy an apple or a banana? No, they don't. They go straight over to the chocolate counter. Every day of the week, not once a week. Maybe this is where the problem lies. The story goes on, cutting out nutrient-rich foods is a misguided attempt to lose weight and it could have alarming consequences. And it says 12 million Britons estimated are on diets. You're placing massive burdens, or will do, on the NHS. It says a low-fat diet that lacks vital vitamins and minerals can also lead to long-term problems. So interesting there. I know many, many people who are on these diets who knock out breakfast. And everyone, you talk to all these nutritionists and doctors, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. If you've got any thoughts of any of that, do send us an email. The email address of the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, we've had a lot of response from the last two shows where my best friend was on there as well, Ron. Some of you love him, some of you don't. Carl Andrews, hello Carl, a DJ in Oxfordshire, wrote, laughed so much, never going to get back to sleep. Nice one. Thank you, Carl. He enjoyed the show. Vicky, the lovely Vicky, says, Just watch the Chris and Ronnie show. I don't know about that, dear. It's not the Chris and Ronnie show. This is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon and special guests. And a special guest just happened to be Ronnie. Although he is now threatening to do his own show. Which he could do, actually. He's got an iPhone. You can do it all on an iPhone. You don't need anything else other than an iPhone. Unless you want to take it up to the next level. An iPhone is perfectly good. Vicky says, you guys are funny together. Thanks for the laughs. P.S. Is there really such a thing as a 6-star rating for a hotel? I don't know, Vicky. I had no clue about that. Also, it seems I have been mispronouncing Maldives for the most of my life. Yeah, me too. Apparently, he says it's the Maldives. I always said Maldives. She says, the things that you learn listening to this show, and that's from the lovely Vicky. Thank you, Vicky. There's a nice email Vicky's written in about the local church here as well, that I still haven't got around to yet, have I? Shaun writes in, them nodding things that Ron purchased for you, you know, the little, the sheik from Arabia, from the Arab world, and the lady in the burqa. Them nodding things that Ron purchased you, what company made them? I will contact them and see if they can make a limited edition nodding Chris Reardon. Can you imagine that? Eh? Would you like something like that on your shelf or on your bedside cabinet? A little me nodding away like that? Eh? Is that your idea of a... I could be this year's most sought-after ornament. Huh? How many people can say that they are an ornament? Yes. I like the idea of that. Chris Reardon, and so much more tasteful than a Chris Reardon soap on a rope, don't you think? Because you don't know what those people are doing with that soap. I dread to think. This makes me feel quite ill. Oh, dear. What would you... There's a question for you. If you want to write in, what would you do with a Chris Reardon soap on a rope? What would you do with one of those? Send in your answers. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Feel free to send anything in. Doesn't mean I'll always read it out, especially if it's above the... We can't go below the line, boys and girls. We cannot cross the line, not on this programme. Shaun also says, you can clearly see that Chris Reardon is having an argument with Ron. They are both as bad as each other. What do you mean? It's not that we have arguments. The trouble is Ron sometimes thinks he's right. And this can never be the case. I am the one who's always right. Shaun also says, I've just noticed something. Ron looks more of a chav than you, Chris. He has a stud in his ear, he has a necklace, ring, and his jacket, not to mention the way he's sitting back in the chair. Do you know what, Shaun? You are absolutely right, Shaun. Absolutely right. Shaun is a young lad and he's trying to set up a mobile disco. Now, Shaun, you keep buying lights and things. I think you've bought enough now. You've got to stop now, OK? Stop and go out and see if you can get any work, because otherwise you can end up spending an awful amount of money, a lot of money on this, and you may not get anywhere. It's never a good idea. I always say this to people who are considering doing podcasts or anything like that. Do not go out and spend a fortune. It's like, you know, if you want to do YouTube shows, OK, all you need is a webcam with a built-in microphone. Do not start spending £300 or £400 on video cameras and microphones and this, that and the other, because you don't know how long you're going to do it for. OK, if you do the little thing with the webcam, if you do it for, I don't know, 4 months and you're still really into it, then go and spend your money. But you've got to test the water first. You know, tip your little toe in the water and see how it goes. So, Shaun, stop spending money now. OK? What you've got now, from what I've seen you wrote on your Facebook wall, is enough. You don't need anything more. And here comes the cat. Hello. All right, Katie, I think she's going to sit down there today. Do you want to stay down there today, or do you want to come up here? I'm sure she's losing weight. You're not on the one. Do you want to come up here? OK, come on. Up you come. I'm sure she's losing weight. You're not on one of those low-fat diets, are you, Katie? Because they're not very good for you, darling. Huh? Are you on a low-fat diet? I'm taking a risk, actually, this afternoon. In my oven, while I'm recording this programme, I have 2 Quorn chicken and mushroom pies. The only thing is, the sell-by date was the 5th of July. What is it today? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's the 11th today. 6 days out. But there's no meat in there. It's corn and mushrooms. So I'm going to cook them for a bit longer. Cut them open. If they smell all right, fine. If not, we're going to be in trouble. Okay? So hopefully, pray for me that I'm here tomorrow. Message via YouTube from Greenstead, one of our new subscribers. Hello, Greenstead, who says, bless you, bless you. Thank you. That's a nice little message. Just bless you like that. Robin, I'm afraid, doesn't like Ron. Robin wrote, oh, I don't like him, Chris. He reminds me of the vitriolitic queen on LBC, Steve somebody. Yuck. I know you mean Steve Allen. Actually, I quite like Steve Allen. But, you know, each and every one to their own. Robin also writes, Robin wrote, Shoreditch. Ron is from Shoreditch. Ah, that says it all. Yeah, you're right there, actually. People from Shoreditch do tend to think that they're better than anywhere else. Have you ever been to Shoreditch? What a dump. What an absolute dump it is. Have you been? It's dusty, it's dirty, there's no greenery anywhere. It's horrible. Why do people who live in Shoreditch think they're better than anyone else? You know, it's beyond me. It's a dump. Absolute dump. Look it up on the internet. You'll see all the swanky restaurants and all this, that and the other. What you won't see is the general area. You've got to walk up there, you know, and don't get your mobile phone out while you're talking on it. I wouldn't up there. Neptune, DLD, again via YouTube, writes, can't you two, that's me and Ron, agree on anything? Very funny show, Chris. I can see why you consider him your best friend. Weird City Kid says, he looks like a younger version of Greg Kinnear. Now, I'd never heard of Greg Kinnear, so I looked him up, apparently an actor, so thank you for that. Alan Rolfe, hello Alan, wrote, I love it, more please. He is going to be back on the show at some point, okay? And I think we're out of time there. Yeah, we're going to be out of time there, boys and girls. Some more emails to come on the next show. Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget you can join in by email. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you on the next show. Bye-bye now.